So there, guys, boat fixing 101, really basic DC electronics. DC, well, low voltage DC, like 12 volt, and low amperage DC electronics. It's so easy. Just a black wire and another wire, red wire. So we have a positive and negative. Unlike alternating current, which kind of gets, there's a lot of weird things you could do with it anyway. So I think it's really easy.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth, and this is Steven. Together we are sailing through life on our sailboat Harmony with our dog Bernie. Join our adventures as we explore the East Coast and beyond by subscribing to our channel.
So anyway, I have a closet here, and I'll show you in a minute. And the closet has a light with a switch, and the light wasn't working. So I diagnosed it, and I'll show you what I found. Well, basically I'll tell you now. So I diagnosed it, and I found out that the switch, there's something funny with the switch. I was wiggling the switch, and the light was kind of wiggling. At first I thought it was the bulb, so I replaced the bulb with an LED, which I was going to do anyway. That's why I was over here doing this. And as I was wiggling the switch and I pulled it off, the wire came off the fitting. And so I need to go find another little fitting for the wire switch. This was the switch. It's just a really simple switch right here. And it was just screwed into my clothes locker. Note, so this is the aft cabin clothes locker. And it has a little light right here. Just a little DC light that you plug in. It wasn't working. So I pulled it off. This little guy came off the wire, so it was attached to this like that. And I looked in my toolbox, and I don't have a replacement for this. So maybe it's overkill, I'm not sure, but in a marine environment, I've always used fittings that go on the wire and they crimp, but then you use shrink tubing. It blocks out the water. It helps the wires stay non-corrosive for longer, and I think they're much better in marine environments. So anytime I replace something, I plan on replacing it, if it's available, with a shrink tubing. And I'll show you how to do it. Just this cute this little guy right here runs on butane, and it just heats up the tubes. So this little guy will go on here. Well, once I strip out the wire, I take off the protective coating here. I'll put it on here. I'll crimp it with a crimping, and then I'll actually heat up this, and it'll melt around the wire, and it makes a nice seal. But for now, I just need to get a new one of these. So if I come over here, maybe it'll work for me. And I come and I connect this just the right way. I can probably get the bulb to light and show you that the bulb lights. My bulb light. Bulb's not going to light for me because I don't have any good contact, and I can't do this right now. But the bulb was lighting. I just need to replace that little connection point there. That's it. So that's coming. So the next project I've got here, I have a carbon monoxide detector for the aft bedroom cabin that we sleep in, and I need to rehook that up, and I'll show you what happened with that. So here you can see the wire, and this was just cut. I don't know why. I don't know how it got cut, but it was. And then there was another wire here, and this was cut too, just one cut. So I just stripped off the insulation for both of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy on there, which, let's see if I can do this. The camera crew. So this goes on here. I crimp it, squeeze it. Crimping is meaning squeezing. Squeezing here, and then maybe it'll stay, maybe not. The boat rocking. And then I do that over here. And I do the same thing. I'm doing this with one hand, so forgive me. It worked, okay. And what I'll do is I'll crimp both of those guys together, and I'll heat sink them together because I like to use this type of connector because it seals out moisture a lot better than regular connectors. So I try to use that all the boat. And I'm going to put this, and I'm just going to crimp it. It's not too exciting, but I'm just going to show you what I'm doing anyway, just in case you've never done this before. And then you just go over here and you get your little crimping tool, and I crimp it. I try to crimp it twice. You can see what's going on. You just squeeze it really tight. Not too tight, not crazy. And this one right here too. Okay, so that's done that side. And now I'll do the same thing with this side. That's a little too short. I want it to about here. So I'm going to take a little bit of the wire, a little bit of the insulation off the wire. And now I'm going to put that piece together. I don't know if I can show you this. It's going to go in there like that. Same exact thing. I'm just going to do the same exact process. I'm going to get my crimping tools. Not crimping. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come over here. And I'm just going to crimp it to make sure it stays. Okay. So that's a good connection. And you couldn't see it before, but this light was off, and now it's showing I have voltage. Yay! Okay. So that was really easy fix for the day. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just without causing a fire, start my little butane torch. It's really, really easy to use. You just start it. And it gets red. And it gets red. And I'm just going to melt the tubing around the wire. And without burning myself, which is a trick. I don't know if you can tell, but the tubing has conformed to the wire now. It gets hot. It gets really hot. So that one's done. You can kind of see how the tubing, this little lip there, right there, it's melted. So I've got a sealed tubing between the wire and the connector. And the idea is that water is less, not ever going to get in there. It's going to get in there at some point probably, but less likely to get in there soon. So I don't have to do it again for a while. And I'm going to do that on this side as well. Cool, a little bit. I'm going to turn the wire around a little bit. The wire gets hot itself because it is copper. Copper conducts heat as well as electricity. So I crimped, I did both sides, and now it works. And now I have to just mount it back on the wall here. It looks like it was on with some Velcro. So yeah, that's the end of that project. And now I will check it off the list, sorry, and go on to the next project, which there are many. And it's funny because I've never been so glad to be doing projects. I like doing this stuff. It's kind of fun. Probably don't want to be doing it all the time, but it's new too. So, something new is always exciting, but still, it's different. It's kind of like I know people, a lot of people have really, really nice cars, and I'm not going to generalize. Well, I am going to generalize because a lot of it's usually guys. Some guys like to have really nice cars. Sports cars, if it's a sports car kind of guy, or a really nice truck or something like that. And they treat their trucks or their cars or their machines or their boats better than they treat sometimes other people or their house. I've seen that a lot where you drive by, a not so great looking house and it has a gorgeous car. And so I get that because I used to have a Porsche Boxster. And I used to be out there waxing it every day and washing it first and then waxing it every day and detailing it and just, making it look perfect. But I never did that with my house. I'd be like, oh God, they're gonna fix this thing. Or be out in the lawn. I hated doing lawn work. But so the boat is different. It's kind of like the car. I think it's like a car. So it's fun. It's fun upgrading her. It's fun. Just right now, just kind of trying to make sure the systems work and things work the way they're supposed to. And as I find things, I'm just going to to fix them. Gives me something to do on the boat. So anyway, that was my project today. There was a wire cut to the power on the safety alert RV, I guess RV. Carbon monoxide is not carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide is poisonous. Carbon dioxide is what you exhale. So this is carbon monoxide detector. I removed the insulation on both wires, crimped a connecting connector to connect both wires. Then I crimped it. Then I heat shrank it so that it was nice and sealed so that water is less likely to get into it. So that's it. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.